This is my very demure, very mindful, everyday makeup routine, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I think I've pretty much cracked the code for what I like my everyday makeup to look like, and it's all products that I rebuy again and again and again, so I'm just going to start because I'm in a little bit of a time crunch, to be honest. Already though, I've done my skin prep and I've just laminated my eyebrows down using the Unicorn Cosmetics like brow gel, and then I go straight in to do my skin, and I'm using the Maybelline 24-hour skin tin. This is like my third bottle of this. I'm absolutely obsessed, and they do really good deals for it on TikTok. I'm gonna link my TikTok down below in the description if you do want to obviously follow me on TikTok. But I have made a few videos tagging this, and so many people love this product. And for a skin tint, it actually has like incredible coverage, especially because I have a lot of redness on my skin. It really does cover it all up without looking cakey, without looking like too thick. Like, it is just the perfect consistency. I just feel really weightless on the skin, which I personally like. I used to use MAC Studio Fix, and I feel like this gives the same coverage as that but without the smell, which I actually do love. In fact, it does kind of smell like the MAC one, but it gives you like just insane coverage. I did used to use a sponge. I only recently switched to using a brush. I just had to grab a mirror because I don't actually have a mirror. I was using my camera, but I can't see good enough in that. Next I'm going to go in with bronzer. This is the P. Louise Cheek Bit bronzer in the shade Cookie Cup, and I just put this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the skin tin, and I'm firstly just going to pick some product up on my brush. And when I get to this angle, I can see like my cheekbone here, and where the shadow is, I just kind of like to focus just a little bit above the shadow, just so it gives like a little bit of a elevated bronzy look. I don't like to put too much of this shade on because it is a little bit warm, and I am a very pale girl. I do feel like though, because I've dyed my hair ginger, I can get away with having my products a little bit more orangey. I just feel like it kind of blends in with my hair a little bit more and almost like matches the colour of my hair. So when I was blonde before, you could really tell obviously the contrast of anything that was a little bit too warm with my hair because it was so icy blonde. But with this product, I feel like I can get away with it a little bit more just because of the tone of my hair. And any excess bronze that I have on my brush, I just go up my nose. I really don't keep this concentrated because I'm going to go in with concealer to kind of carve out around it. This is almost like an underpainting part of my bronzer, but I just do it to add a little bit of dimension to my nose, and I go really like high up under my eyebrow, like the front of my eyebrow. I feel like that always makes your makeup just kind of blend nicer and look more natural because it creates like the natural shadows that you have when you don't have makeup on. Next step is going to be concealer. This is the Hourglass concealer in the shade Cream or Creme. This is literally my all-time favourite concealer. I kind of went from just using what did I used to use? I used to use like LA Girl, and then when P. Louise came out with their base, I just used that for concealer and I absolutely loved it. And then one day it was kind of running out and I saw somebody use this, and I really don't buy luxury makeup products anymore. I used to buy a lot of MAC, but that was only because my sister worked there, so she got like a crazy discount, which meant I got a crazy discount. But I saw someone using this and it actually looked really nice, and it is expensive. It's like 30 something pounds, but you really don't need a lot of it. Like, that was just one dip that I'm basically using for my whole face, and oh my god, it's just such a flawless finish, and it gives you a lot of coverage as well. And I'm just using a PC 13 from Peaches and Cream to blend this out. This is like my all-time favourite concealer brush. Like, if you just see how perfect that is for concealer, it's probably really grubby because I need to wash my makeup brushes, but I'm literally just gonna stamp that in to my skin. And I try and keep it in a straight line when I'm blending it out down the side of my nose, just to give like a little, not contour effect, but to basically keep the bronzer that we put on visible. The excess, I just like to drag it up here as well, just because it gives like a little bit of an elevated look without it being too harsh, because like I said, this is my everyday makeup, so I don't want it to be too in your face, like what the heck is going on. But when I am doing like going out makeup and glam makeup, I will make that line really sharp and like so you can see it. I'm just gonna go over the edges of my nose with the brush we use for the bronzer and skin tint. I've not put anything extra on this, it's literally just any products that is left on it is gonna kind of blend out the concealer line. I just go over again just to make sure the concealer and the bronzer are blended in nicely together. Now for possibly my favourite part, it's blush. This blush, oh my god, this is the shade It's Casual from Jordana T-shirt. Don't ask me why, it's lumpy bumpy. Oh my god, it smells so good as well. It smells just like Strawberry Starburst. The blusher duo from Jordana T-shirt in the shade It's Casual. I think with the tone of my hair, oh my god, it is just a perfect match. This is a blusher duo, so in the bottom you get the cream, and then on the top you get the matching powder and obviously a little mirror as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up quite a bit of this. I really definitely need to wash this brush I use for my blush because oh my god, it is so crusty. I'm just tapping this on right above where we put the bronzer and where I stretched out the concealer. I keep it very close to like my under eye as well, and then any excess I also just bring up my temples as well into the bronzer. Okay, so now I've got all the cream products down, it's time to start setting my face and making sure everything stays in place all day. My favourite powder to use, of course, Laura Mercier, but this is the Ultra Blur one. I've never actually tried the normal one. I didn't get it because so many people had it, and I always like to try and have different things, but when someone like spoke about this Ultra Blur one in a TikTok, I was like, and when I saw their face I was like, I have to get that. And I know it's a big expense, like oh my god, it's like £40 or something for this powder, but honestly I've had it since Christmas and it's not even made a dent in it at all. You really don't need to use a lot. I pick some up on a powder puff and then I literally get loads of it off in the lid, and then the girl in the shop also told me to press it into your skin, and she said you're going to feel like nothing is left on the powder puff, but that's what's going to give you the most natural finish and the most blurring finish. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my powder puff ready with the powder on, and I'm actually just going to go back over the concealer with the brush that we used and get out all the creases. This is the best way, my under eyes always crease, and this is the best way that I've found to avoid creasing under the eyes, because already, I mean, I think this concealer is amazing anyway at really not settling into fine lines, but just doing this again before you put the powder on is really gonna make sure that nothing moves, nothing settles, and it stays exactly how you put it all day. And then once I'm happy with it, I'm literally gonna look up and just press the powder directly under my eye. I'm going to put some more powder on my powder puff and start going down the side of my nose. It does help to have like a really good shaped powder puff, like this one is very like sharp on the edges to get really kind of straight lines down your nose and also straight lines coming out of your eye. And we're going to do the same on the other eye. Other places I put powder as well is just under where my bronzer starts. I also just set my chin and also just my forehead as well. And then just any leftover powder I'm going over my nose with. My nose does get oily throughout the day, but I do like having like a glow in the centre of my face, so I don't really mind it. That's why I'm not setting it completely. And I also just set down my smile lines as well. Now the powder has been done, I literally just bought a new bronzer. My face looks so bright right now, what the hell. I just bought my new favourite bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's a powder bronzer and I've literally just bought a new one. My first one I got was, oh my god, literally years ago in Walgreens when I was on holiday in Florida. and then in the time that it's taken for it to run out or for me to need a new one, they've brought it to Boots in the UK. So I just went to Boots and bought a new one, and it literally smells incredible. It smells so beachy and it is just a holiday in a bronzer. It is amazing. I'm just using that to set obviously the outer portions of my face. It's not really a matte bronzer. It does leave a little bit of a glow to the skin, which again, I like. As well, any excess powder I have in the lid from the Laura Mercier, I just use my bronzer brush to set my neck, because obviously I've dragged the skin tint down my neck as well. And even shade 3 doesn't match me perfectly. I probably need to find a different shade that just kind of works a little bit better with my skin tone, but I'm just so pale, I really don't want to buy like number 1. For the eyes, I really don't do much when it comes to everyday makeup. I'm literally using my Physicians Formula bronzer, and I'm just messily putting that all over the lid. And I'm going to blend it down my nose. And I'm also going to blend it out as well, literally into my hairline and into the bronzer and the blush that we've already put on. This step might throw a few people off, but when you're at this point where you just set all your face and you're ready to then do your eyes, like your mascara and stuff, you want to douse your face in water. Not just water though, like a facial mist or a setting spray, something that's going to add hydration to your face but isn't going to drip down and drag all your makeup off. I really love the Thayer's facial mist. This is the rose one. I actually need to get a new one soon, but this is so affordable. I get it at Boots. I also use the toner as well and I love it. But you need something that's got like a fine mist, like if you see that, it doesn't leave any, oh my god, it smells so good. It doesn't leave any big water droplets on your face. It is very, it is a very fine mist that's gonna sit exactly where it lands on your face and isn't gonna drag your makeup off. So you literally wanna get your face wet with this, and then you just wanna let it air dry for a minute. You'll know if you've missed a spot, because when you're fanning your face, like you feel the cold where it's wet, and you'll feel anywhere that's not cold, and you can always just spray more on. And if you haven't been doing this step in your makeup routine, I guarantee this is the reason why you feel like your makeup looks cakey, or you feel like it sits on top of your skin and doesn't look like it sits nicely on your skin. I don't know what it is. I think it's just that it really combines everything together and actually just lets it soak onto your skin, and it just, I don't know what it is, it just melts into your skin rather than sits on top. Honestly, it's changed the way my makeup looks and the way my makeup also wears throughout the day. Now that the facial mist has dried, I'm going to go in with another really, really light layer of powder. And this is literally just going under my eyes and right here. What is this area called? I don't know, just like right next to my nose. I feel like because the makeup's just been rehydrated, it doesn't dehydrate you when you now put an extra layer of powder on. But also, I don't know if you can see the difference, it just looks a lot more, it gives like extra coverage here, and it also just gives that extra blur. I don't know if that's just the powder that I'm using or if that would happen with any powder, but that is what is happening right here. God. Now for just finishing touches to the skin, with the brush that I use for my concealer, this is just because I can't be bothered getting up and getting another brush. I'm just using this brush to put some highlighter on. I don't put a lot of highlighter on. I say that when I'm doing this, but this is the MAC Oh Darling one. This is such a gorgeous gold shade. It looks really dull, but I think it's just because like a little layer of product is formed on top of it, because again, it is so old. But I literally just put this right here on my cheeks, a little bit on the forehead and down the nose. Now I've literally just got eyes and lips to do. So my eyes, I literally do nothing major. We've already done the eyeshadow, but I do use a eyeliner. This is the Fine eyeliner in brown. I got the set where you get brown, white, cream and black, but all I do is I turn this up a small amount and I do the tiniest line like that. You probably can't even see it. This doesn't have to be a sharp wing because Use a tiny brush to blend this out into a wing. So you could do this with eyeshadow, but I find it quite hard to do with eyeshadow. I'm not sure why. I think because this is like a cream product, it's a lot easier to control and work with. So I start by just buffing out the little line that I created going back to my eye, and then I literally just do a couple of flicks out to create the wing that I want. And once the eyeliner is done, I don't like this eye today, but I like this eye today. It is what it is. And then I just add the eyeliner to the outer corner. Now to finish the eye, I just need to curl my eyelashes and put some mascara on. So I'm going to do that really quickly. The mascara that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Sky High mascara. This is the black waterproof one. Mascara is on, and oh my god, again, I look so bright. Maybe it's just because I'm sat in front of this window, but the finishing touch for the eyes, this is going to give you like doll eyes, and I just think personally it brings everything together. Because I've not put anything like any eyeshadow under my eyes, I use the same fine eyeliner but in cream. I literally just put this in my lower lash line. Now the only thing left to do is lips. So for the lip liner, I'm using Oak from MAC. She is well loved. I do like to put the pencil like on its side rather than use it like this. I feel like, I don't know, it's a lot easier to get a line that's symmetrical rather than when you're drawing it can be easy to kind of make it look a bit odd. Then for lipstick today, I'm going to use Get Lippy by Doll Beauty. And then I just tap that in with my finger. Now the last thing to do is to take my rollers out. See how this goes. Cutesy! That is my finished makeup look, my very demure, my very mindful everyday makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. This is just what I do on a day-to-day basis, and a couple of people have commented on both my Instagram and my YouTube shorts like for a makeup routine, so I just thought what better way to do it than today when I'm getting ready to go out and spend the day with my boyfriend. So but let me know if there's anything different that you do in your makeup routine, or let me know if there's anything that you're going to take from my makeup routine. One thing that I would tell everybody to do is to get a setting spray and douse their makeup once they have set their face, and just let your makeup melt into your skin. That is it for today. I'm going to go out now, but thank you so much for watching if you watched all the way through, and I will see you in another video very soon. Peace out, Girl Scouts.